We want to welcome everyone again to this month's chat between the Domestic Violence Center of Chester County and LCH. I'm Daphne and I'm a caseworker here at LCH. With me is Clara from the Domestic Violence Center. Hi, Clara. Great to see you
Hi.
again.
Hello, Daphne.
Since October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, we wanted to chat about what domestic violence is and what it can look like. This conversation might be difficult to hear or bring up troubling memories for some of you, but we want to remind you that support is available. Both the Domestic Violence Center and LCH are here to listen to assist you. Clara, let's begin by defining what domestic violence is.
Sure. Domestic violence is defined as a pattern of abusive behavior in any relationship that is used by any partner to gain or maintain power and control over another intimate partner.
I was reading some very eye-opening statistics on domestic violence in the United States, and um, it can happen to anyone, regardless of gender, race, age, sexual orientation, whether you're disabled or not, rich, middle class, poor, and it happens to people of all religions. And sadly, we find that 1 in 3 women, and just as shocking, 1 in 4 men have suffered some type of physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. We typically think of women being victims or survivors of domestic violence, but we see that this impacts men as well. Um, Case in point, just recently we saw a very high profile case play out on TV, on the media, between two celebrities that detailed their abusive relationship. And we can argue that they were mutually abusive. And we saw how money and influence played a role in the court outcome.
Very much so. Actually, we see it quite often here in Chester County, unfortunately, where sometimes defendants may use their economic, privileges as well as the ability and their also their status in society to gain more access to the systems. They can pay better attorneys or more attorneys, and they keep going back to court. And it does make a difference in terms of how the victimization continues, through their counterparts. As well as we have seen that there is also a lot of male victims not coming forward, seeking protection, and in the past it was not as much.
Another general statistic is that domestic violence is most common among women between the ages of 18 and 34, but it can happen among teens and later in life. And men who are victims of domestic violence, a bit more than half experience it before the age of 25. And according to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, approximately 12 million Americans are victims of intimate partner violence every year. That's about 24 victims per minute. That's astounding.
It is very ascending. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about Chester County. So for Chester County, we keep data, and we have in this year, in 2022, 5 homicides because by intimate partners, and we also have about 740 calls that were ranked as high lethality or high danger, which is very one of the programs that we have. And we had over 1,100 lab calls, and also we keep track of the the statistics in Chester County in terms of the what is mostly what kind of service or what kind of not service, what kind of assault they receive. And the most of it is assault and harassment. We have those in our social media if you want to take a look at. the different patterns and in the different dates of the years. There's also PCDAV has the listing. They keep track of many years, I think back to 2002, of the homicides in Pennsylvania, and they have it by county. We're blessed that in Chester County we don't have so much, but for me and for all of us that work at Domestic Violence Center, one is too many. And but There are many forms of domestic violence, and we definitely see it in our data that we keep. All the above, if you want to mention.
So that brings me to the next question: is domestic violence always physical?
No, it's not. There are many different types of abuse, and I should say that every case is unique. They're not the same. And for example, in physical abuse is very, direct. It's anything that's hitting, slapping, shoving, grabbing, pushing. This type of abuse is also a denying a partner medical care, or forcing any type of drugs or alcohol on him or her. We also have sexual assault, which is coercing or attempting to coerce of any sexual contact. Doesn't matter whether you're married or living together. It's any kind of behavior or attempt to coerce of sexual contact onto another. Emotional abuse, which is undermining the individual's sense of self-worth. This can be one of the examples. Criticism, diminishing one's ability, name calling, damaging the relationship with his or her children. Also, emotional abuse, which is the making or attempting to make someone, let's say, for example, financially dependent by maintaining the total control over the money, withholding the access to money or to any type of way to be independent, like going to school, be employed. Um, there's also the physical abuse, which is include, for example, fear, intimidation, threatened physical harm or self harm. By the way, partner abuse of their pets, isolations from children, partners, family, friends, destruction of property. Also, for example, like if someone has a status and the other one does not have status, they can use it as a way to have this kind of psychological abuse on them. And then I do want to say again that not every case looks the same. There's many forms of abuse that may look different to others.
So, what are some options somebody might have if they are or think they are experiencing domestic violence, or if you think you might be witnessing it?
Well, if it's safe to do so, call 911 if you choose to also do that. You can call our hotline. We have a hotline 24/7, which is 1-877 62. I'm sorry, 1-888-711. I should know it by memory. 6270 and 610-431-1430. We have lines open 24/7. We also have silent offices that you can come to our offices. Also, if you were physically abused, you can schedule an appointment with your medical provider, or go to LCH. They do have medical assistance and behavioral health, where you can talk to them and they can connect to us. If you call 911, the police may come to your home, or if it's safe, you can actually go in person to your police department and report the abuse. You don't have to sometimes call the police right away if it's not safe. And then the police will connect you as well with our program. Um, I think one of the messages that I want to relay is that if it's safe for you to make any of these steps, you can do it, and you can do it at any time. There's always going to be somehow a connection from your local resources to us.
Fantastic. So, how is your domestic violence center acknowledging Domestic Violence Awareness Month?
Well, we have a lot of activities. For us, October is it's a big month. Is the awareness of those who are still in an abusive relationship, that they need to know that there's hope, there's healing, there's that are still in out of the relationship. And for those that are survivors around, and their families that are very affected or anything like that, they can connect with us. So part of it, we have what's called a Light the Night for Hope and Healing, which is a county-wide event. We're gonna have a lighting of our trees. We have a tree in Coatesville, Kennett Square, Phoenixville, and Westchester. And we want you to come out and support for those who are still in a domestic violence, those who are affected by domestic violence, and the communities as well. The It is going to be Friday, September 30th at 6:45 p.m. sharp. We might wait a little bit of minutes, but it will be at 6:45 p.m. And for those that are around here in Kennett Square, our tree is at the municipal building, what used to be the old Genesis building in front of the high school. We will be there, myself and my coworker and other supporters in the community. And then we also have Paint the Town Purple, which so far we have 11 communities and 3 college campuses that will be representing with purple ribbons. They're going to be hang up in the lights. And this ribbons are being put up by volunteers and staff, but also they have attached business cards that they can people can grab and take them if they want to
That sounds
call us. Yeah. And we have also Paint the Shelter Purple, which is a partner with the Brandywine Valley SPCA. That is to dress the dogs and cats with our bandanas. And we also have Domestic Violence Awareness Month coffee cup sleeves. We have different coffee shops that will have this available for purchasing, as well as a lot of the coffee shops may have a donation box that you guys can put it in there. And library partnerships, we have so far 60 libraries that will provide our books and display our materials. The Colonial Theater will be playing also the movie Gaslight, and after the movie there will be a conversation with our staff. And as well as we have a lot of social media posting that we're going to be providing throughout the month, with a lot of the events, as statistical information, as well as any type of support that you're looking for.
Well, Clara, those are great events you have scheduled for this month. Uh, by the way, Gaslight is an outstanding movie. I highly recommend it. I've watched it several times myself, a true classic. And we are all should mark our calendars for this Friday, September the 30th at 6:45 p.m. So we want to thank everyone for joining us today. We hope that this has been helpful. Remember, we here at LCH and the Domestic Violence Center, um, we're here to assist you with any questions, concerns. So please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much, Clara.
Thank you, everybody. We hope to see you September 30th.
Take care.
Bye.